Good morning. This is Mark Jokan with you once more. Um, there are stories on Lamine Yamal, the World Cup, and we'll look at them. Lamine Yamal was interviewed recently and he was asked about players that he thought were underrated during their playing career or are still playing. He said Gerd Martins, Thomas Muller was underrated. Fabian Ruiz of PSG is also a player Lamine Yamal thinks is very underrated. Then he was asked of Cole Palmer whether Cole Palmer is also underrated based on the fact that his season, just this past season, his form somehow has dropped. And this is what Lamine Yamal has to say. Lamine Yamal says Cole Palmer is not underrated. He wears number 10 for Chelsea and ended ninth in Ballon d'Or. How can he be underrated? So that is what Lamine Yamal has said concerning please or things from people saying that Kopama is an underrated player. Just because last season, because of injuries and other stuff, he couldn't perform or give us the numbers that he had always given us. Former Chelsea midfielder Townsend on Liam Delap. No, Liam Delap, since he signed for Chelsea, has been a disaster. He has not performed to expectation. And this is what Townsend, a former midfielder, has to say on him. He said he looks like a championship player, which I agree. Trying to cut it at a top Premier League team, and he looked awkward. And it hasn't just looked like it's the right sort of fit. Yes, I think Chelsea should just cash out on this guy and let him go because looking at a club of Chelsea status, we need a top striker. And Liam Delap will not help us in any way. His inputs have been very poor. So that is it on Liam Delap. He continues. He says, I just haven't seen anything from him yet, to be honest. But that happens. It's not the first striker to go to a club where it doesn't work out. Everton are desperate for a striker. And if he, Delap, goes in there and starts bashing in a few goals and starts looking like he's aggressive, they will love him there for that. I think that's the Liam Delap that we all expected to see, but there's been no signs of that at all at Chelsea. I think Liam Delap should just leave Chelsea because Chelsea are looking to do something spectacular from next season, and there will be no chance or room for trying players and giving players chance to improve. And looking at what he has done for Chelsea after signing that 30 million deal, I think it's time for him to go and exploit. Everton and Newcastle and other teams will come. He should just go there where he will find minutes because I don't think Alonso will build his team around Liam Delap. His input has been very poor. There are news on Nicholas Jackson. Um, he had a fallout with former manager Enzo Maresca, where he had to just force a move to out of Chelsea. He ended up in Bayern Munich, where he spent his season. Bayern would have loved to buy him, but looking at the financial aspect, they don't think Jackson they will be able to cough out 50 million to buy Jackson, where they already have a main striker. Even if they should sign him, he would be a backup. So they already have a main striker, and they will not have to spend another 60 million on a player. So Jackson will be coming back to Chelsea. His hope is that he'll be able to like find favor in the eyes of the new coach, Jabi Alonso. And Jackson is a very good player. Since he left on loan to Bayern Munich, you could see that that link up play that he always had with somebody like Chelsea's number 10, Cole Palmer, which gave him a lot of numbers. he always assisting him. Their link up play was very phenomenal. And I think Jackson coming back to the Chelsea team will do a lot of good for Chelsea than for him going out. Mike Pendes um last season was the fourth best goalkeeper in Europe. He was the fourth best goalkeeper in Europe, and Chelsea are considering bringing him back from loan. He spent his season in Strasbourg, France, in the French League A, and he would love to come back. And Chelsea would also love to bring him back to um, come and compete with Robert Sanchez as the first choice goalkeeper. And personally, I think even though the boy is very young, he is taking the footsteps of his national teammate Timo Courtois. When Timo Courtois came to Chelsea, he was also very young. He had to be sent. Chelsea had to send him on loan. He went on loan, justified himself, and had to come back to displace legendary Peter Cech. And I think Mike Pendes, who is also looking at the successor of Courtois in the Belgium national team, has really done a very phenomenal work last season, and I think he should be given the chance. There are few goalkeepers in the market now who are very, very top, and this guy is a prospect. You know, his statistics, his performance was on loan was very phenomenal. I think Chelsea should give him a nod. Um, Sanchez is not a bad goalkeeper. His shot stopping are very good. He's able to stop the ball when it comes to him using his hand. But when it comes to his foot, he does a lot of errors. Sometimes errors that even lead to goals against Chelsea. And looking at the new trend of football where coaches want their goalkeepers to play from the back, I think that is a weakness of Robert Sanchez. He not being able to play the ball with his foot and always being erratic at the back when playing with his foot is a little bit of a disadvantage to him and to Chelsea. And I think Mike Pendes has that as his strength. He's able to play with his foot, control tempo from the back. He's able to do some shot stopping with his hands. And I think even though he's young, there is always a long way ahead of him. Robert Sanchez is 28 now, and he's also getting to the peak of his career. And at this age, I don't think there is still any room for improvement. Yes, this is the time where he should be performing at the highest level. I think we should give this young boy, Mike Pendes, the Belgian Mike Pendes, a chance, and then we'll see how things go. There will be more updates. Like and subscribe the channel and turn on your notification. I'll be right back.